That's nature.
Nature versus nurture. Nature versus nurture. This is nectar in a can, in a glass.
You know, if you pour it like this.
What, it reduces your autism by 15%?
Yeah.
What is that doing? Oh, that's ASMR.
Yeah, get it next to the... Oh, you got to do this glass. And next to the microphone, ruled out.
See, and you look at that. That's perfect pour, mate.
Oh,
Like
mate,
a
he's
perfect
blocked
pour.
from the ocean.
Show the camera, mate. You got to sell it.
Look at that.
Oh, that looks really good. Oh, nice sip as well. Good technique. Oh, that is naughty.
It's completely silent.
Bit of foam.
Jesus Christ, that's a terrible pour. I was more focused on the sound. I forgot to look.
Apparently, you're actually supposed to pour like that because
It makes you less bloated.
less bloated.
Oh,
Because
I'm happy with that.
if you pour it on an angle and there's no foam, it bubbles in your stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly.
That obviously makes sense when you
Yeah.
think about it. Alright, so what?
That's actually how
And
you're
you
supposed to
can-
apparently, and then you let it settle, and it will settle.
Yeah, and you're supposed to just like slam it in the glass, like.
Slam it.
I feel like I've been bullied before for pouring something like this.
That dude, if you go, I remember when Josh and I were in Prague. Every beer there was like a good 30% was just a head of foam, and we're like, what the fuck?
So you just let that just bubble out for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, they look good with the sun and the sun hitting it. Eh?
That's fucking. That's delicious. That's delicious.
Just a bit
So you better throw the beer on top of the microphone.
tempted.
So what were the 10 things we wrote down on the sand
No,
yesterday?
I remember. What was number 10?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Alright.
There's a lot of stuff that's come out about Jonah Hill.
Stuff. Jonah. He's a fucking idiot. But what I will like to say is his girlfriend's just as fucking nuts as he was.
We didn't know that until recently, so I think we were giving Jonah a bit of a hard time.
We were.
Until we realised this was actually
That she's actually a fucking idiot and she's probably
Just as
been,
bad.
she's obviously been cheating on him.
Yeah, it sounds like it. With,
And so
you'll
it's
never
like,
guess, Malcolm in the Middle. What's his name?
He's
I've
got
no
a-
idea what it is.
he's
Cody
got a-
Banks.
Yeah.
Cody Banks.
That's his actual name.
Yeah.
So before
we just thought he was a bit of a fucking sodge. Seemed like a sodge, and he was getting his psychologist to back him up.
yeah,
Yeah.
not even.
But
Sodge,
turns out
just,
that all of his worries and why he's so protective
it's 'cause he
of
got
her
cheated
is
on.
because she's giving him the reason to be like that.
Yeah. So
'Cause she's been sus and doing sus weird things, and it's like I could have that close kind of relationship with a guy, and like it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But there's a line where it's like if you're making the other person feel uncomfortable, it's like.
And Jonah's been
Do you-
known
I
to
don't
be a
know how
very
to say
sensitive
it,
person
like-
as well.
if there was nothing that had happened,
Yeah.
then there's no way that what Jonah Hill was doing would warrant
Yeah.
his behaviour. You'd just be like, well, okay, you've just obviously got some issues and you're being protective over nothing, and it's coming out as jealousy. And that's what we all thought
Yeah.
as well. I'm probably give the audience context behind it, but initially we thought that there was all these things that came out about him, and he was like speaking to psychologists about how he was like really sort of skeptical, really sus about.
She posted all these texts, which is actually pretty fucking dog to start with.
Yeah, like sort of gaslighting him to the world and things about all these protective messages. And we were like, oh, the shit he was saying was pretty cooked, because it was. He was like he was sitting with a psychologist and like getting
all these rules
and like
Boundaries.
making his girlfriend have all these like predetermined answers for people, like because she was
Like
a pro surfer.
not posting photos in bikinis.
Yeah,
Like that.
That's
it went
silly.
from that to
the actual extreme of like
if
when
you
she was
have-
surfing.
There's a rule that happens when she's surfing that if she's out there and boys come up to her, she's got to say, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend," and then get the next wave in.
No, and
Wasn't
sorry,
that it?
no, sorry,
yeah,
I've got to go catch the next point break, and then runs back out. Like if she comes in for a breather.
I'm missing the 50-year storm.
So
She
there
just-
was a point in time she didn't go home for 2 weeks because every time she'd surf, she'd come back to the ocean. She'd come out to the sand. She'd try to get to her car, and someone would approach her,
Yeah.
and she had to say, "Sorry, I've got to go catch the wave," and she'd be back in the surf. And she wasn't home.
She was
for
in
2
like a
weeks.
loop because she wanted, like, she's got a rule that she doesn't go home until she catches at least 4 waves.
Yeah,
So it took her 2 weeks?
2 weeks to get home. Yeah,
She nearly died.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was Jonah's fault.
That was Jonah's fault. And then after all, we were like giving him a bit of shit for that, and we sent him a few messages because we've known him for a while, but we then found out that apparently she'd cheated on him, so I guess some of it was warranted.
Well, we don't know,
No.
but she's hanging out with Malcolm in the Middle with Cody Banks,
Having a little-
and then walking around naked as well. And she's over there like 3 nights a week or something.
Having sleep.
And Jonah's like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of not okay with this. Like, can we like stop this?" And she's like, "What the fuck? Don't tell me what to do. Don't be
Stop
controlling."
Trying to control me.
Yeah. And
Just-
then but she posted these texts herself, saying like, "See, girls, back me up."
Yeah.
We've gone, look,
Problem said.
I'm kind of on the poor Jonah side a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she was sort of saying, "Yeah, I'm hanging out with Michael Jackson and like and stuff."
Michael Jackson, Hitler, I think was there as well, and Pol Pot.
Yeah. Jeez, holy trinity. So yeah, yesterday we wrote down 10 things that are just terrible in the world right now.
No, what was the question? Like the 10 worst things
What's wrong? What's the top 10 things that are wrong with this world?
with humans.
With humans, yeah.
With humans on this world.
10 Jonah Hill.
And
bit
if
of a joke,
we
but
said
still.
a point, we'd have to like number it straight away without, like, you'd have to guess. Oh, that's probably like number 4. So the order could be completely out of whack, but that's your opinion.
Yeah. And you're all
This is
entitled
our
to one.
opinion.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill's number 10 worst things about about humans in the world right now.
What was number 9?
Number
Lack of
9
mood?
could have been
No,
like
no,
a
no,
mo-
no.
No,
That was
was
number 7.
Oh shit!
9 was
You guys just.
Did anyone take a
completely
photo of it,
gone.
or was it on the GoPro?
it's
No.
illegible.
Shit, we're gonna have to remember this.
Or should we just do it in random if we can't? Because there's going to be some that we will be stumbling on for a long time because we can't remember the exact order.
No. You said something. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to remember writing it. You said like 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row that would just sort of.
It's funny as fuck. Oh, downlights.
Number 9 was definitely
Yeah.
down that.
Number 9's downlights, and anyone that knows me, they
For
spin.
someone
me out.
that's worked at Bunnings for nearly a decade. Was it nearly a decade?
Yeah, I got a decade at Bunnings. 26-year-old who had long service leave and did 10 years at Bunnings, which is, I guess, sort of like a sentence. But great job. But,
Something to commend. It's pretty good. You've done well.
yeah,
A decade at Bunnings.
yeah,
Under those downlights.
under the downlights. And it wasn't until like I was a bit older, and there were 2 incidents that happened, and one of them I'd never experienced before, and I freaked out. But I got like an aura migraine with no headache that came on. It was like waterfall vision, and I could only see people out of the corner of my eye.
What are they called?
Auras.
Ocular migraine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like an
that's
ocular
what I feel.
migraine. And I definitely reckon it's from the downlights. I used to sometimes like start those early shifts, still waking up, and you get flooded by these blue lights, and it's so overpowering and overwhelming.
Yeah, your brain's like kind of zapped with like, it's like a shit frequency in your brain.
Oh, it's terrible. But I just don't like it in general. Like, they're intense and they illuminate the whole room.
I feel like it's your circadian rhythm gone whack.
It is. It's not natural.
Because you're like, it's supposed to be dark right now.
Yeah.
And it's fucking bright in your face, and your body's going, whoa, start the digestive system up.
Yeah.
Let's ramp it up because it's in the middle of the day somehow.
Yeah.
And so your body just like, your gut's being fucked around.
Yeah.
And then you've probably lost power to the back of your brain, which is where the ocular nerve goes.
Yeah, yeah.
To the back of your brain.
Yeah, very back.
And then you have a migraine there, which inhibits, is that the right word? Stops that nerve from working.
Yeah.
And then you get the waterfall ocular migraine, which is,
Yeah.
I get that, I reckon, twice a year. It's
Yeah.
pretty weird. And it's like...
Yeah, that whole visual system's all occipital lobe. I don't know if the nerve goes all the way back or if it goes just to the thalamus in the middle and the relays from thalamus to the back, but...
Right, like where the migraine actually happens.
Well, oh yeah.
Could it be like before or after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Or just a muscle compressing on it or something like that. But either way, it's they're just
Pain
a
in the ass.
bad news. Like I'm all about uplighting, and that's the thing. Anyone listening, if you don't know what's wrong with you and you're pointing out answers, maybe just turn your fucking downlights off and put a lamp on, and you'll be like, shit, I'm a lot more settled than I was 4 minutes ago.
It's true. Like,
Yeah.
like we've been doing it. Turn off the downlights and then have a little lamp that's coming from like eye level or just below,
Yeah.
and a warm color like a dark red or
Yeah.
an orange. Like think Moroccan.
You don't want blue, bright. It feels like you're in a dentist clinic or something, or like you're under the
Yeah, I really want to feel like I'm at the dentist.
Yeah, we used to always do it at Bunnings and shit because people come in and they'd be like, oh, I want to paint my room like bright white. And it's like, you need to put a bit of fucking ochre and a bit of red and a tiny bit of black in there just to soften it out a bit and create more of a neutral white. Otherwise, you're going to look like you're in a fucking dentist surgery or some shit, especially if you've got fucking LED lights in your room. Like, it's just it's too much. But yeah, flick them off and just get that light up. Yeah. That was 9.
Number 8 was
Lack of movement? No, that was 7.
NPCs.
No, that's high.
That was...
That's high up.
Was
isn't
that
it?
just
Or
one
was it
below?
5 or 6?
Yeah, that was one below there.
Wait, what was number 8? Was number 8? No, number 7 was lack of movement.
That was like a movement. 8 was... Was 8 NPC? No.
No. Maybe lack of movement was 8.
Yeah.
What else is down there? Fuck.
Yeah,
Did no one take a photo of it?
No.
I've got it on the drone. How can I see it? I could probably see it from my phone.
Should we just keep going up the list if we can't think of it?
Yeah.
7 was lack of movement.
Alright, lack of movement.
So there's a lot of sedentary people, just sedentary behaviour, lifestyle. No gym, no running, no walking.
That's why people get depressed. 'Cause they do.
Well, the energy in your body's stagnant. Like you're eating and you're drinking and stuff, and you if you don't give your body a chance for the blood to flow, like the energy's not going to go anywhere. It's just everything's going to become like you know when you go down a river and there's a part on the side where all like the water goes and it's just dead still.
It becomes murky and
gross. Like that's not good. It needs to like run.
It's a good analogy. It's like flow state.
Yeah, no shit.
You don't want to be an anti-flow state. Like you've got build up, and then if you look at the area of the water, it's flowing, it's clear, and you can see through. It's tranquil, it's beautiful, it's mystical, it's magical. And the area where it's all banked up on the side in the shrubs and the mangroves, it's all murky and you can't see through it. It's like your mental state. You got to keep it moving, keep the body moving, change over your the pistons and your spark plugs and keep those oils fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
Oils.
much.
That's oil's a teaser for another one that's up on the release, but we won't go that hard just yet. But
I feel like also with aging, it would help against aging.
like your
Like
muscles.
yoga,
Just,
if you can do yoga forever.
Yeah.
There's old people in the classes, like pretty old.
what's that old cliche? If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
No shit. If you don't use your body, you'll lose your body.
Yeah, you lose it. The muscles
That's
atrophy.
Yeah,
Like
no shit.
you become all stiff and
Yeah.
bring on that rigor mortis early.
Plus, it's fun to move around. If you're not moving around, what are you doing with your time? If you're doing Sudokus, I understand.
Yeah.
That's movement of the brain.
Yeah.
Brain nerves.
Good exercise the brain. What was that?
Because like Steve Hawkins couldn't move.
No.
So he moved his brain.
Yeah, you got to exert your energy somehow, otherwise you just implode.
Steve Hawkins was trying to disprove the Big Bang or something.
Was he?
That's what I heard of. Who told me that?
Tom?
I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson on a podcast.
Oh yeah.
He's funny, man. Watching these old videos where they get like 10 scientists, like quantum scientists, but all like all the celebrity ones. So Neil deGrasse, the guy that we saw,
Brian Green.
Wait, was
Brian
that like
Green.
a panel?
That panel
Yeah,
thing,
and he was like
Neil deGrasse
losing his shit.
he just went nuts. He'd be getting up and yelling
he
and
just
like,
started cracking it, like
and everyone
full
else was like,
ranting.
oh, they had the science guy. What's his name?
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they were having like a fight, not a fight, but like it was funny.
But
it was crazy. He's so passionate.
Like, yeah, he had the passion was there.
The passion was there. About the weirdest thing, like anyway, he's funny.
Alright, lack of movement,
Lack of movement. So what are the symptoms of lack of movement? Old,
depression,
frailty,
anxiety.
depression,
Yeah.
anxiety, and
You sort of you're caught in a rut, like,
well, obviously obesity would be that.
and then as a result of.
Yeah.
Unless you're Lizzo.
She moves around a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah, I feel like she does.
I feel like she's always moving around. How does she keep on the mass?
Could be genetics.
Yeah.
Everything's about freedom of the mind and freedom of the body.
She's dancing around the whole time, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be doing apes.
Because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Next, 6.
Or 7.
7 was lack of movement because we don't know what 8 was.
Oh, no shit.
6 was
Self-centeredness?
yeah.
Was there something underneath that?
Nah, I think that was self-centeredness.
Alright, self-centeredness.
Just a lack of community, lack of love, lack of friendship, lack of belonging. Really, people
just too focused on themselves.
Yeah.
Or they think it's themselves versus
to
the
do
world.
Things for the great, like to contribute to the greater good. They just contribute to themselves.
Sometimes it's about team deathmatch, not free for all.
Team deathmatch.
Like, for all those listeners out there that played Call of Duty back in the day,
Oh, right.
just it's not a free for all. Unless you're playing like Mike Myers, that was pretty fun.
When you're too self-centered, you're not caring about just the whole, just
No.
everything working as a whole and everything.
Well, you wouldn't have any trust issues with anyone or anything. You wouldn't feel the support of the world.
No,
Yeah.
it's not an ecosystem. It's a
Yeah.
uni system.
It's a dog-eat-dog
Monoculture.
world, and
It's
I'm fucking hungry.
It's a Uniqlo. It is a monoculture. It's Monsanto. That should have been on the fucking list.
Monsanto.
Not
that shit-
glyphosate.
Oh, yeah. Seed oils is like, well, it's
pretty
spoilers.
No, Monsanto's definitely cooking it.
So what was the one we were just talking about?
Self-centeredness.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, disconnection to just, like, I feel like you need to be connected to someone, something, like or an animal.
Just
Or
plug
the earth.
plug
Yeah.
into the
Plug
earth,
in.
mate.
Plug
You need
into
to be a
the
bit
earth.
more tethered. There's a lot of people that are untethered these days, and
Not enough people eating kilos of mushies in a dark room on an empty stomach. I've never done that. I know people that have done that,
yeah.
and they tell me do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm a bit scared. So
and-
empty stomach, heaps of mushies in a dark room.
Yeah, just got to make sure you cook out your portobellos, guys. And don't pick the white ones.
No white portobellos.
No, white mushrooms in general, but
Oh yeah, the death caps.
yeah.
Yeah, what's the update with the death caps?
I was tuning in pretty heavily when it was kicking off.
They haven't said much. It was like, I think they just confirmed that it was death cap mushrooms. I think the toxicology report came back.
Oh, and in the news, we were on it.
We've
'Cause-
talked about it.
Really?
Oh yeah. Our last podcast.
Our last podcast.
The
we
tip.
spoke about it. Yeah. The last
We-
podcast is called Mushroom Murders.
we crushed the evidence.
Is that have we defamed her?
No, we fucking said we're not. We don't.
We don't know
We
anything.
don't
We're
know.
fucking we're idiots rolling past
Yeah.
Lingatha yelling out. I didn't yell at anything.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot it was there.
yeah. But you got to be in it to win it. Like, I got a couple of scratchies the other day, and just on the ride up, like, I had a couple of bucks in my pocket, and we got a pie early on, so I was like, I wanted to get like a Tassaudo ticket or a Powerball, but they only had Set for Life, which is not bad. You get 20 grand
A month.
for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
A lifetime, which is 20 years in Tassaudo because they all die.
Because they will die. They think if you're betting every day that you're
You've only got 20 years left.
Or
surely.
there's people that aren't 26 aren't buying tickets. Normally, the people that are buying them are 60, so their last band probably will.
Yeah, the guy that I had to sit next to at the front of the second tap slot that we went to that day. Because you thought you won $7 in the first
It
one.
was a very convoluted game. It was like you scratch off the top panels, and there were numbers, and then that number indicated down below on a panel, and you'd scratch the number off, and it would say either a symbol or an arrow to scratch off the ones that correspond to right, left, or up or down. And I've obviously mistakenly rubbed off a number or a section under the panel which I wasn't supposed to. So I thought I had 3 of a specific symbol. And if you have 3 symbol, it coincides with a different value. And I was like, oh, look, I've got 3 of these, fucking whatever they were. But I've obviously made a mistake. And she's like, no, you didn't win. So I'm like, fuck.
Alright, what's number 5?
What was that? What again? Self-centeredness.
That's self.
No, we started talking about... Yeah.
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 4?
Yeah.
No,
Well, the
number
guy that I was
5. We
sitting
haven't
next
said
to
5
outside was
yet.
fuck. He had like, how many scratches did he have in his hand?
Oh, so I should finish the story. So I was in there trying to claim this $7 I thought I'd won, which I didn't. And the guy in front of me took about 10 minutes to buy his because he was cashing these winnings, and he would have won maybe $20 from about 13 tickets that he had given back, and he just put it straight back into more, which is, I guess, all anyone does unless you win something substantial, I assume. And because you got to be in it to win it. And he bought another 30 at least, and then all of these Tats tickets as well. And he was buying them for either his partner or another friend of his. And the lady behind the counter said, yeah, she's going to be so happy that you've got them all correct. But he was buying like super specific ones, like choosing them all out. Like, I want that one, I want that one. And it's like, fucking hurry up. Like, so yeah, self-centeredness. I was feeling self-centeredness in there because I was like, I just want to get out of here and have a finger bun and scratch my life away, but couldn't because he was holding up the...
Yeah, then I had to sit next to him while you were buying yours.
And he was probably the demographic and like the actual age of the people.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, the power was out at home, so I thought I'd just come in and buy a couple scratchies. I looked at his hand and it was thick of scratchies.
I thought you were going to say all the carbon and like...
Oh yeah, he didn't look well.
No.
He didn't look like he had 20 years.
No, the set for life would have been more of like a set for the next 2 months.
Liam Guther's got a feel to it. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
at the moment,
surprised
at
that
the
this
moment.
mushroom thing happened there. I don't know, it's got a weird like vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I've been working in Warrnambool this week, and the vibe there's really nice. Everyone's like, they're loud and boisterous, but it's like a really... Well, to be fair, they've got whales that pass through.
Is that south or...
It's
Is that west?
east.
East.
Sorry,
No.
it's west for about 3.5 hours from Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But they've got whales passing through, and
Wait,
everyone's
west.
talking about the whales, and
So is it
they've got
warmer in
mineral
that
hot
direction?
springs.
During summer it'd be dry or... Not
I have
really?
no idea.
Sort of on
Oh,
par.
it'd be nice, on par.
Yeah, right. So that was... What number was that?
That was 5, self-centeredness.
4 was...
No, 6 was self-centered.
Where's NPCs?
Oh,
So
NPCs would have been
must have
below,
been-
must have been
yeah.
below
I
self-centeredness.
told you that was...
So that was 8.
You can't still
No,
believe
it
me.
couldn't have been 8. I reckon it was 6. Self-centeredness is 5.
Yeah.
NPCs is 6.
Yeah.
And then lack of movement is 7.
Yeah. We
And
don't
then-
know what 8 is still.
Fuck.
Downlight's Jonah Hill. No, we're missing one. Jonah Hill, Downlight's 9. There was another one, 8. We'll have to figure it out later on. But we're up to then 5 or 4.
Now it's 5. So self-centeredness was 6. No, NPCs. Self-centeredness was 5. NPCs is 6.
So we're up to 4.
So we're going to 6. We're going to go back to NPCs.
Oh, we haven't done it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing 6 now, I think. NPCs.
Yeah. Vic, do you want to kick things off with NPCs? You've got probably the biggest run in with them.
Yeah.
Is that the
After you
NPC
say
laugh?
you've worked at Bunnings for 10 years, she's run into more
yeah,
NPCs.
surely.
I could talk for hours about some of the people that I've met, but I'm not going to.
I feel like the lack of movement and seed oils combined equals NPC.
Most of
It's
these
like a
things,
combination.
yeah, they're
Definitely related. Alright, NPC Vic, tell us what NPC means.
Non-playable character.
Which means
Just
what?
them fucking cunts you just see. Like that when we were picking up some naughty cookies, and that cunt that kept walking past, walking the dog.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
if you're walking your dog at night time around, like if you're like,
you
alright,
just
we
go
need to
with-
go for a walk with the dog, and you walk around the block, the same block, you're on your phone the whole time.
They weren't walking around the block. They were walking the street
Top street,
and then down. Like,
down the street.
they weren't even
Up
doing
the street,
around a block.
Down the street.
That should be illegal. You
'cause
shouldn't.
it was-
You shouldn't be allowed to have a dog.
was-
Imagine that dog's life. I go to the end of the street. I come back. I go back. I go back. I go back. That's
It
not
was
fucking
so
healthy.
fucking
Because you were
weird.
dropping something off at your auntie's house, and Vic and I were sitting in the car, and I thought I was going crazy because I kept seeing it out of the peripheral of my eye. Know when at night you always see like those zombies and things out there, the boogeyman. But like there was just the same dog. It was like a what are those husky? Oh, it was a husky.
Yeah, it's a husky.
And it just kept fucking doing the same thing, going down the street, then crossing the road, then coming back, like doing
Every
this
time, so I was
rectangle.
walking to the house and then walking back from the house. He was in the exact same spot,
Yeah,
like going the same direction, same look on his
glitching
face.
out.
It was a full glitch. It was like Rick and Morty, where he's in
Yeah, simulation.
the simulation. Yes.
But you would get bored of it as well. And to me, this is like when people that like running go and just do laps of a park. Like, just do a 5K circuit of something and end at your house. Like, what?
Yeah, you're
Don't-
running around an oval.
Keep running around in circles.
Unless it's like 100-meter sprints or something.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're doing like what? Are you
Or-
saying people do like 5Ks?
yeah, just around a 400-meter track. And then you got to keep counting the number. You're like, oh, shit, so we've got 7 to go, 6 to go. That would kill me. Like, I have to just
Make
go.
stuff more interesting.
Yeah, like I don't like running it. People probably know that. And if I'm forcing myself to run a distance, I'll run 4 or 5Ks that way. So you have to run back. But if you start doing 400-meter laps, that's soul crunching, isn't it? But NPCs, I remember there was a prime example. We were down at Sandy and we were driving into Menion. There's a beautiful part of the road where you sort of dip down, probably a 3-degree drop, and then plateau back out. And there's both fields of a pure
Flat plains.
flat plains, left and right, no rolling hills this way. And there's the trees sort of encapsulate the road and completely inundate your visual field. And there's a lady walking a dog so close to the road, but was like stalling, like walking and stalling, and like I thought she was gonna get sucked into the tree, like that Rick and Morty thing. But like she was like, "Mommy," and just get completely. And then she was there on the way back, and we stopped off at the Garlic Festival, driving back, and she was still walking a dog like, above in the shrubberies and the trees and shit. It's like
Surely there's a path you can go to.
there's fields everywhere. It's like for years.
Yeah, but is she allowed to walk in those fields?
That's the NPC. If you choose not to, you're not playing your character.
Yeah, like try to make stuff a little bit more exciting.
Yeah.
Don't just do the same shit every fucking day and just become a walking robot with no emotion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we could talk about another NPC. Feel mean doing it in her home. The milk bar lady.
Oh, I don't even know if she's an NPC. She's just fucking miserable.
Yeah. NPCs doesn't mean miserable then.
No, she's no.
Right, so that's a different thing.
No. I think she's just in a rut.
She's been in a rut for 10 years.
Like, look, it would be tough when it's not summer. Like,
Yeah, but I feel like even in summer she's not
Yeah,
she's
she's
not
not
stoked.
great.
She's
She's
like,
not-
oh, I have to work all the time now.
right, NPCs.
They've been trying to sell that place for literally, I think, a decade or even 15 years. Could be longer. And they finally,
just sell it for cheap and then just like get out of it.
I think, but they have sold it. I don't know why she's still there. I heard they sold it. To be fair, I haven't seen it for a while.
Well, I saw it last time we were down here.
Yeah, true.
I saw it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta make it big enough so that like everyone else comes to there.
I go in there and I can't find the thing I'm looking for. And it's the shittest version of everything, and it's double the price.
There's more newspaper.
Yeah.
There was more options for newspapers than there was like cookies. There was like 18 different types of newspapers. It's like, what? Who's down here and they're like, oh, I need newspaper. It's like put in some other things that are a bit more like.
I couldn't even find sponges.
No.
I had to get like 4 tiny little scours. They didn't have sponges.
Oh, those little circular steel wool things. Yeah. That was 4.
That was 6.
Oh, so now we're back
So
to
now
4.
we're back to 4.
Which was they, them, or something?
Yeah. So was this when we asked the question? Was this the first one that
Yeah.
you said it? And we all went, yeah, you know what? It's gonna be up there.
Yeah, and not specifically they, them, that whole movement, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't even have to start.
I think it's just a conversation of it. It's like
It's confusing. It's a bit.
it's like a change of language, which
It
is
yeah.
what's like pissing people off about it. But like we should be okay with evolving, and language evolves all the time. Like every year there's new words that we use.
Yeah.
We pick up like unprecedented. I'd never really said that word before COVID.
Yeah.
And now it's in every fucking sentence.
Yeah.
But like, so I don't mind like changing, but this is language about identity, and it's
It moves too quick. I think, like, I respect everything, respect everyone's values and everyone's choice and things, but like, I feel like people are just trying to pick up on people making a mistake and trip up on it and then sort of call them out. It's like, oh, it's misgendered, misidentified, and no one's trying to overtly hurt anyone or anything like that.
I mean, there probably are people, but like
there probably are some people, but for the majority of people, it's just like, look,
you can't get offended by those people. They're just
fucking don't, mate. I thought that was a stupid idea. I thought I'd flatten this out so I could just balance it.
Fuck, I was about to say something. I forgot.
She's about to throw up.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
Go over there. Go over there. Oh, go fuck. Go there. What the fuck?
So definitely
Oh. What'd you eat, mate?
she's drinking
Oh,
some
baby.
random stuff before.
You're right.
Oh, Tess, over here. Come on. You go. You go. Get it out. What the fuck is going on with you? Oh, yuck. What are you eating? You've been eating plants.
No
Yeah,
way.
You've been eating a plant.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
green. It's green.
baby.
It's green. What have you been eating?
She's
mate?
probably
No, she's
she's
just
trying to
eating
eat grass to
grass.
induce the vomiting.
To induce vomiting.
To induce vomiting. Oh, you're smart. Really?
That's
Yeah.
what dogs do.
They eat grass to induce vomiting. Good
Yeah.
girl. Good girl.
Yeah.
You want some water? I'll take it. Don't lick me. We need some water. Come on. Good girl. Good girl.
Aww. She's like patting her and she's like,
I really feel like a strawberry donut or...
no.
That's literally the
Did
top.
you get a little, oh, fuck, you remember when we were, when we were getting, we were at the bakery, like when I went back in, that lady that was getting the coffee, the lady's like, oh, you want a donut? She's like, oh, no donut today.
Where?
At the bakery.
Which bakery? Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh,
you
no
can-
donut today.
You can drink water when you need. Can you move over a little bit?
So she must get a donut every day.
Keep it to stay in the sun. Chat Tess.
Aww.
Good girl. It's crazy how their intuition's like.
Come here.
I've got something bad in my tummy. I've eaten too much salt water, and then I've got to eat grass to induce vomiting. Like, there's no way you could know that. It's just intuitive.
No, their mums definitely don't teach them that shit.
Yeah. Been with them for like 8 weeks.
Then we steal them.
There's like 10 of them. Teaches them all the lessons they'll ever need to know. Yeah, intuition flows to dogs so easily. Got to piss on this tree. Do you reckon humans would know how to fuck if they didn't get taught it or talked about it?
They'd probably eventually figure it out, I think.
Yeah. After like trial and error. Like imagine.
Hole.
Yeah. Like imagine you have like a boy kid and a boy and a kid boy and a kid girl on an island forever. They had to grow up and they're not related. Do you think they'd figure it out?
Isn't that what
The lagoon, is that
Adam
it?
and Eve had to do.
no,
not
what's
the
it
lagoon.
called?
The blue
lagoon.
The Blue Lagoon.
Isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, I think so.
They were so young when they filmed that. They were like 13.
Is it like nearly a sex scene? Or they're just running around naked the whole time?
They're running around naked the whole time, but I think it's like a it's Brooke Shields, isn't it? I don't know. It's like I've actually never watched it, so
I remember liking the movie. I
I've
think
never
it's a
seen
good
it.
movie.
I think it's a bit weird, like
The process behind the movie and filming and stuff.
Yeah, it was a bit like
Let's just pray and hope
predatory. It was a bit weird.
that the people making it were like had good people.
intentions.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Brooke Shields turned out good though.
Oh, well, that's positive.
She's cool.
What about the dude? Hung
She's
himself.
really cool.
Yeah.
She's like no, but she's like
Yeah, he's just drank a litre of canola oil and got pushed down a hill.
nah, like
Drink the canola oil. It's 4.5
she's
heart
like
rating.
she's like one of the only people like celebrities from that time era that hasn't like fucked their appearance. Like she hasn't gotten any like surgery or anything.
No surgery.
Like she's
Not
she's
addicted
aged.
to meth for a good year.
Yeah, like she's aged like really nicely. She just like
Not
looks
locked up in a room for
She
most
just
of
looks
her life.
after herself, and she doesn't.
Like her dad.
Mm.
She doesn't like
It's a bit weird.
get like a fucking shit ton of Botox and stuff.
Yeah, respect.
Props. So number 3,
What was number 4?
they them.
Oh yeah.
Just
Have we talked enough about it? My problem with it is is people being told how to view someone. And I think like I don't know, it's telling people how to talk about you behind your back.
and we made that comment. It's like you don't get to choose what people bitch about you behind your back.
Yeah. Like if people are going to talk the way that they want to talk about you behind your back.
Yeah, and it's
That's
too
it.
hard a basket.
But it's also
I just want people to be
comfortable in their own
just
skin.
comfortable in their own skin. And
Yeah.
I want people to be comfortable with however they appear
yeah,
without needing to put a label on it. Like you should work on yourself enough that you don't feel as though you need to be labeled as this gender or that gender or no gender. Like you should just be happy in the way that you are, where you're like, I don't give a fuck what anyone calls me, this is who I am.
Because it's got nothing to do with sexuality, this one.
Yeah.
It's completely, this is
No.
about gender. It's got nothing to do with sexuality at
No.
all. It's literally, so gender is all about how you identify yourself. That's what gender is?
yeah.
Yeah. So
I think so.
I think every single person is their own gender then in that way.
But like I wouldn't
It's
really
like I'm
give a
Jacob
fuck if people
and it's, I have a male energy
Yeah,
and a little bit of a feminine side as well, and that's me. Like everyone's got their own one, but like the way that people refer to you, because that's all the language
I wouldn't
thing
really give a
is.
fuck how people refer to me. Like I
Yeah.
don't care. Like
yeah. It's just
you call me she, you call me he. Like
Yeah, that's good.
you made a mistake. I'm not gonna
Okay.
fucking blow you up for it. Like
yeah.
If cool, yeah. Be funny
That's
if
all.
people
That's
called
all
me
I
she.
want. Like would do whatever, but all I want is for people. Like I just feel like it shouldn't have to be a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, and if you're getting
You don't
offended
need
by
to be
people
either
as
or.
well,
You can be fluid, but like
Just
if
get on
people
with
call
the
you a
show,
she, like that doesn't negate how you feel. Like that shouldn't that shouldn't invalidate.
yeah. And if people are doing it to piss you off, just go fuck this cunt.
Fuck this cunt.
Fuck this cunt.
Walk away.
Walk away. But you shouldn't even be interacting with this person. Like you're not on the same frequency.
Yeah.
Move. Go to your own channels. All right, number 3. What was number 2? Fuck.
There was
can't remember.
Do I need to get the? Are we gonna get number 8? Do I need to get it up on my phone?
seriousness.
Seriousness. Where was that?
Oh, why so serious? That was down.
Why so serious is 8 probably,
Yeah,
or 7? Then
Yeah.
and then no movement
Yeah.
might have been 8.
yeah. I think that's correct.
All right. So we're going back down to what did I say? 7.
Yeah.
Why so serious?
People just need to chill out and
Laugh.
and
Don't take things seriously.
we only get one shot at this floating rock. Move to Queensland and drink some bundies and sit in the sun, you know? Rally the troops.
People are just too, they're just you know, just smoke a bung and chill the fuck out.
Like, what's the worst that'll happen? The worst
nothing
that'll
bad's
happen
gonna
is
happen.
death.
Hmm.
That's what people are most scared of.
Yeah.
Actually, people are more scared of public speaking than death.
Really?
What's
Public
that joke?
People's-
Public speaking
people's-
is pretty fucking frightening.
People's biggest fears, like majority of people's biggest fears, is public speaking.
I used to love public speaking. I
Over
hate
death.
it.
But like, I'm not scared of death, but I'm more scared of public speaking.
So there's like a joke where like a stand-up comic.
Oh, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
What does he say?
Huh?
What does he say? Do you
don't
remember?
know.
You're better off dying in the crowd than being the one
Yeah.
on stage talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why so serious?
Why so serious?
Well, I don't know. My answer to that is
Just be
like
funny.
the thing that everyone's so scared about and why they take life so seriously is because they're afraid of no life. They're afraid of death.
They're afraid of no life, and then they just
Yeah, but
live a
then
life
they live
that's
a life.
lifeless.
That's
Yeah.
lifeless. Yeah. I mean, I believe in like you don't ever die,
Yeah.
and you just once you exist, you will always exist.
Yeah.
The non-existence doesn't exist by definition. Things that don't exist. So you can't go from existing to non-existing. But you've got energy and that changes form. So your consciousness will leave your body and your body will go to the ground and the air, whatever. But your consciousness will like go back to God or whatever, and then goes back into, and then you get to choose another life. But time isn't linear, so they're all lives happening at the exact same time.
Mm.
And that's like the trippy part. That's the DMT part. So once you realise that death isn't a thing, then you're never afraid of death, and you get to live more. It's like the paradox. Like you become not afraid of death, and then you live like you just not afraid to do dumb, stupid shit safely. Obviously, like have
Yeah.
wisdom about you. Don't jump off a cliff without a parachute, but have some fun.
Yeah. Smile and wave and ride your skateboard down the highway.
People just need just take a joke.
Take a joke.
Take a joke.
chill.
Take
No
a
one
chill
really
pill.
means to like.
No one means shit, man. No one cares. No
No one cares
like-
about anyone else but themselves.
Exactly. So like people actually worry too much about what everyone else is thinking. No one is actually caring about anything.
You. no one's thinking about the last thing that you said. Like, they might think about it for like half a second, and then
it's like,
their coffee will like start spilling.
oh yeah.
Oh shit, I've got to go do that, and then everyone's like already preoccupied.
Or we're in Chinatown eating dumplings. Like there's better things going on. Oh, I can do this dumplings right now.
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing. Should we get dumplings or something?
Happy with that.
You want dumps?
Dumps for
Let's
the-
go get some dumps.
St Kilda. I love dumplings.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oh, they're good.
Who? Alright,
Let's-
we'll send a text out to who's
Oh,
available.
Tom. No one's got face. Tom doesn't have Facebook, so we won't be able to find him. I would smash some of them.
If if you're against social media, you still
No.
need to have. You still
Happy
need to
bir-
have.
Happy birthday! Killed it for ya.
Oh, thanks, man.
So you want to go out for dumplings
Yeah.
for number one?
For what?
Consume number one.
consume
Oh,
number one.
don't
Oh my god.
get started with that nonsense.
Hold on.
I'm
Alright.
starting with it.
No, it's true. We need to hold
You
ourselves
need
accountable.
it. You need it. Yeah. You
We're
can't
doing a
say
podcast
it's-
about this
we
now.
can't
It's our
say-
number one
we
most
can't
hated
say
thing
it's
about
the
human
number
beings.
one most hated thing,
Is-
and it's probably causing every other issue,
It's called. It
and we can't say, oh yeah, let's go for dumplings.
calls Jonah Hill to be born.
Yeah.
caused Jonah Hill to be born. Dude, he sent those texts right after eating an Oreo.
Are we ready for number one?
Wait, we
No,
don't even know what number
two.
2 is.
Oh.
I can probably find it if I connect it to the drone to my phone.
No, we'll figure it out eventually.
It was in between. Number two was like in between.
Normally
one
is in
and three.
normally is in between number 1 and 3.
Yeah, I
When does
know.
number 2 ever
So
Yeah, no.
weird. Like, I don't know who put it there, but,
No,
like,
but we
put number
we
2 between 1 and
we
3.
wrote number 3, and then
And then
we wrote
number
number
one.
1, and
Yeah.
then you wrote it tiny in between.
Yeah.
Was it about like environment or something? I remember wanting to put something up there about
Oh
that.
yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, what was it? Disconnection or
Was it coal mining?
No, we didn't write anything.
Sky News?
Kind of.
News.
Number 2, Sky News.
News.
Fuck Sky News.
I remember before, I was trying to think, I'm like, fuck, I don't remember writing the word Murdoch, because I don't really know how to spell it.
Yeah.
So did I ever figure out how to spell it? I forgot. Yeah, we did Sky News. Sky News is like one of the only channels up here.
And it always works perfectly.
Yeah.
Like perfect resonance. You just want to listen to it. It's just
It's
fucking fuck Daniel Andrews.
everyone
Wind
on there
turbines are ruining my view.
is so uneducated.
It's really low budget TV.
It's super
Like they
bad.
keep fucking it up. They're like, anyway, we'll go to this clip, and they're like, they watch 30 seconds of this clip that doesn't make any sense about something else. They go, well, that's a wrong clip. Anyway, we'll go to this one over here. Like
Yeah.
it's really badly.
And here's Alan Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan Jones got fired.
Did he?
Yeah. Murdoch fired him. Do you reckon Murdoch gives a fuck about Australian media?
Oh, man, I have no idea.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, he loves me. He doesn't make any money off any of the papers. He just does it because of his passion for
Oh yeah,
No,
you're
he
right.
gets it all from fucking realestate.com, mate.
Yeah.
He pays cafes to have. No, he gives his newspaper out for free now
Because he's that
to
passionate.
cafes and shit. Propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big monopoly.
Yeah. Anyway, Sky News. Sky News are probably the reason why people hate wind turbines. I don't think anyone would hate wind turbines if it wasn't for Sky News.
Yeah. Down here, there's a big passion for anti-wind turbines. 'cause
Yeah, the
apparently
people here are a little bit whack at the moment.
No
like,
one says hi.
No one says hi back to you. I mean,
They grunt.
yeah, they grunt and they go, "Oh."
Some people, so they're just like they're on either ends of the spectrum. Some people are like
Farmers.
super lovely, like
Hey, how are you, mate? Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I know, Warriors. Fucking good
But
surf
we're not- But
today.
the thing
yeah,
is, we're
and they'll
not
come
asking
and have a
them
chat.
some real convoluted question. We're literally saying hello, and they go, "Moo."
Ah,
It's alright. It's a
wasp?
little bee.
it's not a bee. It's a fucking
It's not like a native bee or something?
no.
Oh, no, it's like a big fly. It's like a march boy.
They fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Probably the
Tess.
queen of the march flies.
They have
The one that
queens?
hibernated. No, I don't know. But they would have to hibernate over winter. Because you never see them.
M&M cookies would be so good right
They
now.
don't fucking.
I love them. Those soft ones.
They
The
don't
ones I
leave
bought the
how
other day.
Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
fucking good,
Why
mate.
is it
They're
like 3
cracked
days?
out.
Yeah, but what? Did you read the fucking ingredients?
It's about 30 ingredients in them.
In what?
The M&M
And half of
cookies,
them
those
don't have
soft,
letters in them.
Those soft
just
M&M
numbers.
cookies from Coles.
Oh
They're
yeah,
cracked out.
the ones that Tom bought.
Nah, Jack.
No, I
bought
He
bought 'em.
Oh, you bought them.
And then I gave them to someone else. Everyone thought I didn't buy them.
I had 4 before we got in the car. I was like,
Because
feed
what did
me
we
them.
we were hiking.
4. Oh, they were huge.
Oh, but they don't
I'm
fill
walking
you
around a
up.
little hen, like surrounded by all this organic food.
And I'm like, oh, have the cookies, Jason. But the thing is, when you combine a fat and a carb molecule or sugar molecule, you actually don't get full from it. It hits a pleasure center in the brain, and you don't get full. So if you get carbs on something like pasta, you get really full. You mix sugar and fat together, and it bypasses the satiety hormone, so you just keep on eating. That's why you can eat like a mud cake, and you'll feel sick from the amount of it, but you won't feel full.
yeah, right.
That's why you just binge a whole packet of cookies.
Yeah.
Because
And
they've-
but they're
Same
so,
as Macca's. That's probably why Macca's put so much sugar
That's
in
what
their
sugar's in-
burgers.
sugar's
yeah,
in
yeah.
blood,
It's
yeah.
definitely a chemical reaction they want to happen to their customers so that
Yeah.
they sell more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
because you eat Macca's, you feel shit, but like
Want some beer?
you don't feel full.
Yeah, I guess
I've
that's
never
cool.
been like, oh, I'm so stuffed from the Macca's.
And those like cookies and shit. You eat 8 and you're like, oh, I feel a bit sick from the amount of crap in this. But
Yeah.
I was literally about to say, oh, only if the microphone could pick up the film of that, but I guess it's the GoPro to pick up the visuals. Salam alaikum.
So that's for everyone.
So what's number 1?
Should do a little,
You know what
little
number
drum roll.
one,
Drum roll.
little drum roll, please.
Seed oils.
Just don't even get me started.
That's definitely the number one problem with this world. No.
So tell us what seed oils are, Jack.
Seed oils. They're a nuisance. They're naughty. They're the oil that's extracted from mainly seeds, packaged as vegetable oil, but none of them I don't think are from any vegetables at all. The common ones are canola flour, safflower, rapeseed, whatever that is, cottonseed oil.
Grape seeds are the seeds inside grapes. So that's That's a
That's a
fruit.
Technically, it's a fruit. But
So what's a vegetable? The vegetable is like the plant.
yeah, that's what I think it's referring to. But
It's like
so-
they're like extracting oil from things that aren't oily.
but the thing is, you used to be able
Corn
to
oil.
corn seed oil. It's all really bad, and it's got a lot of high omega 9, and omega 6 is actually really inflammatory oil. And the issue is that it affects the absorption of your good omega 3s because it's all the same pathway. But the extraction process of it is unnatural. So back in the day, they used, like especially in Eastern Asia and stuff like that, they would extract the oil from just pressing the seeds out of it and extracting the oil. But now it's I guess it's industrialized and it's extracted from a chemical called hexane, and at really high temperatures. And oil, especially vegetable oils, are quite unstable. So when you add heat to them and you add these chemicals, it makes them very volatile. So they become rancid, and then they burn off. They have to heat them off at a really, really high temperature to make the smell dissipate. And that's why there's no smell to it. But they were technically already rancid before being put in the bottle. So when you see your expensive olive oil bottles, they'll be dark because light and heat are two things that cause oils to oxidize. So that's why your cheap olive oil is in a plastic bottle and expensive ones are in a dark room bottle, and they're virgin, they're cold pressed. You don't want heat, so that's why they cold press the good ones. But your vegetable oils are all high heat extraction, solvent based extraction, and then they're exposed to so much light and heat and things like that. So they're practically rancid, and they cause a lot of oxidative stress in the body because the carbon chain in them is very, very volatile and very, very weak. And then when we cook them, they become even more worse, and everything's fried in it.
So what's the word? Oxidation.
Oxidation. So when you eat
And
blueberries,
it oxidizes your blood quicker.
not necessarily blood, but the cells in the body. So when you hear like free radicals in the body, it causes oxidative stress, and it's released, and then it causes damage to the cells. You get all these free radicals in the body, and they attack the cells, and they damage like the mitochondria and things like that. So when you eat like your raspberries, your blueberries, and all those things that have antioxidants, that's clearing all the free radicals in the body. It's like rust, essentially.
Yeah.
Oxygen,
It's chemical reaction.
oxygen breaks it down, and then you get all these like tangled particles sort of floating around.
Ionized?
Yeah,
Is it something to do with that?
I guess they would be. So, yeah, and these are
And
introduced.
what does it cause? What are these seed oils that are being burned at high temperatures? So, at the moment, we found this butcher in Richmond who's got this big keg of olive oil cold pressed from a farm, organic farm in just past Geelong.
Beautiful.
And he gets it in a keg, and he sells like bottles of it for $20.
Yeah.
But if you come back and you refill your bottle, you get it for $10. So just in this keg, you just refill your olive oil,
Nice.
and it's cold pressed. So that's the important part. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been oxidized yet.
No, because there's no heat.
No
So
heat
it's still a polyunsaturated fat, and it's called linoleic acid, which is the omega 6, I think.
So why do they hot press them?
It's just a matter of cost. So they throw them in these massive vats,
Yeah.
and they just heat the shit out of it to extract it. So they throw all the corn in and things like that.
Yeah.
They'd be heating them up to soften them, add the chemicals in there just to extract the oil.
Yeah.
Because the oil, you'd have to be extracting, to extract the amount of oil from corn and things, you're having to put in a shit ton of the actual product. And people use the example of like, if you had a handful of peanuts,
Yeah.
you're getting these omega 6 and omega 9s, which are technically essential oils, essential fatty acids, because your body doesn't make them naturally, but you don't want heaps of them. And you'd have a handful of peanuts or something like that, but you're having 10 or 12 peanuts.
Yeah.
To have the same amount, if you have peanut oil, you cook with it, you might be using 10,000 peanuts to extract fucking a really dense amount of oil from it. So you would never be able to obtain that much by eating them in natural state.
Yeah.
You'd only be getting a really small amount of these oils. So the body's never been used to having or consuming this amount of these polyunsaturated fats and the oil. And because it's been mechanically pressed at high temperature, it starts going rancid. And then put in a bottle, and it's not actually stable anymore. And then you cook with them at high temperature, it sort of adds to the equation.
Do you think that like the idea that this butcher has of distributing oil, cold pressed oil from an organic farm, so locally sourced,
Yeah.
in a keg, and then getting people to just like refill I mean, he's already saving on glass and the production of glass, so
Yeah.
for a climate
Oh, it's, yeah.
wise.
For reuse, it's good.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a really good butcher. It's on just off Church Street, on Swan Street, just off Church Street, towards the G.
Yeah.
And it's you can get like, he's got these crazy salads, like quinoa sort of stuff, or just a really good Greek salad or a Caesar salad, and then he's got like a tub of really good chicken, lamb, and beef.
Yum.
Damn, she's going nuts.
Oh.
Something bite her? Or she got bit, Vic. It's probably Nan or something. Yeah, so you ask for one of those. So you ask for a salad and then meat on top, and then gravy. He's got this amazing gravy. It's actually delicious. Like pouring gravy onto a salad's a bit weird, but it's like a healthy HSP and it slaps.
Tasty.
Yeah, and it's really good meat. It's not like your shaved meat at a.
Oh, kebab syrup. Yeah.
Like it's probably okay, but
Nah,
like
it's not. It's fully processed.
it doesn't look real.
It's not real. It's terrible.
Yeah, this is like proper meat.
Yeah, it needs to be chunks.
So anyway, that's you can do. And so, what's the best? What's the word? Substitution from from vegetable oils.
No, but what
do you
what does
cook
it do? What does it do to your body? Why is it
Yeah,
so
what are the
far?
symptoms? Why is it so bad?
What's the symptoms? Like, why is it
You
so
age
far?
quicker.
Yeah, age quicker. It's got like a 600-day half-life, so it sits in the fat cells. It's heavily linked with obesity, and because it's so inflammatory, it actually damages blood vessels. So it's really linked with like heart disease and things like that.
Yeah, it's like a main source of
Inflammation.
all the
It'll be
problems, like
linked with,
inflammation.
It'd be linked with if it's causing like high blood pressure and it's damaging your blood vessels, it would damage your eyes, damage your kidneys.
Yeah.
It would damage your heart. Anything that's like highly vascularized in your body, it would damage.
Yeah,
And like
definitely.
your peripheral blood vessels, because like
Oh, the
they go
capillaries and shit.
yeah, all your capillaries, they go tiny, like smaller.
Yeah. Oh no, it does.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And yeah, heavily linked with obesity, diabetes, all those inflammation type diseases. And yeah, it's just bad news. People are getting more susceptible to like sunburns because it settles in the skin, and because when sun and light hits it again, it becomes more oxidative and causes that oxidative stress. There's been
So
studies.
say that again. Skin cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
skin cancer from digesting seed oils.
Yeah, it's
Because
linked.
your cells on your skin
Because
cells.
it sits in the fat cells, so that below the dermis and in all the fat tissue.
Yeah.
And then because light causes it to be more oxidized when you sit in the sun, which is damaging to the body, it's now just burning these seed oils. I haven't seen the studies, but people have anecdotally said when they've cut out these things, they aren't as susceptible to being burnt.
Yeah, because it's like when we first had the malaria tablets in Vietnam like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I was so shocked that malaria tablets could cause skin sunburn.
They were, photosensitive.
And it truly, like, it actually happened. Like, we all took it, and then Ryan just went
Yeah.
completely red like a tomato.
He was fucked, and then it went instantly though. Remember the next day?
Yeah, it was
gone.
just like.
I don't know how that.
Do you
actually
think that's
works.
just high oxidation from these things?
I'm not sure what it
Don't
does.
know. It's
It
weird.
becomes photosensitive.
The
yeah.
malaria tablets, aren't they? They're
Just antibiotics.
steroids,
This is
aren't they? Like,
antibiotics.
yeah.
Yeah, doxycycline.
Yeah, doxycycline. Yeah, it's an antibiotic. Which is so shit for you.
Do we know what 8
Oh,
is?
Huh?
Do we get 8 in the end?
Yeah.
What was it?
So what have we got? We've got
Seed oils?
seed oils.
Sky News.
Sky News. They, them.
No.
No, what was
Yeah,
they?
it was.
No. It's they, them's 4.
Yeah.
Was it?
3's.
Yeah, it's 3, wasn't
No, I think they, them's 4.
it?
Serious? No.
What's-
Don't know.
No. We just spoke about it, surely. Oh. No.
Just, yeah.
You reckon they, them was 3? Nah, there's no way we'd put it
No,
as
no.
third most fucked thing.
On 4 makes it almost all that better. I really need a cookie. Donate seed oils. Donate seed oils.
There's seriousness.
Jonah from Tonga. Listen back to it. You get the gist.
I want to make sure we had all 10 though.
Alright, so
Hungry?
yeah, I'm fucking